Hello viewers, welcome to this session where we discuss more about property insights. My name is Arnold.
And I'm Michael.
We normally receive a lot of questions from our clients. Most of them, they don't know which are the basic ways on how to buy a property. So one of them actually, because we actually did a list of all of those questions, one of them being, what is the first step in buying a home?
Yeah, that's a very general question, Arnold. Sometimes, I'm sure we get this all the time, in not even us, also some other property consultants. What you need to consider when you are asking that question is, are you buying this property as a home or is it an investment? Right, Arnold? Or what do you think?
True. Because you see, literally, there are different dynamics. When buying, let's say you're buying for it to be your home.
I want to mention it.
Exactly. You want a villa, you want an apartment.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Another thing also, you're looking up to, is it going to fit your family? Is the space enough? Yeah. Is the kitchen spacious enough for probably, mostly that's the thing for the ladies. They want a spacious kitchen, a fitted kitchen.
Exactly. And maybe a pantry.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that person will know that house is not for investment. That one is more of a home. But when you get the same clients who's looking for something for investment, then it takes another different turn. So we work with numbers. Like, for example, Arnold, I remember you did an article in regards to the studio apartments, how much you can get from it. Maybe you can take us through, we see how clients normally respond to that.
Because basically, it's good you have even mentioned the investment bit.
Exactly, yeah.
And the kind of, actually, the last video you did about the return on investment, depending on different areas. One thing that you'll consider when buying an apartment or any house for investment is actually what is the returns.
But the studio is too small for me. Some people say that.
But the returns might be much bigger.
Exactly.
One thing is, when buying for investment purpose, you mostly need to focus on the return on investment.
Exactly.
The keyword is return
on investment.
Exactly. Because, for instance, a studio apartment, you understand what a studio apartment is?
Yes, it's the smallest unit you can get around the area.
Which is mostly like a bed sitter that are going through a group of schools.
Exactly.
Bed sitter imeenda shule. So
is it dropout?
No.
Now, a studio apartment in Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington area goes from around 4.5 million, which is a very, very good price for most investors around the area. So you can imagine, Mr. Arnold, with 4.5 million, you're getting a rent of 45,000. Do you know how much it will take you to get your money back?
How long?
It will take you around 8 years. That's unfurnished. When you furnish it, you'll get actually double the amount, which is 90,000. Let's divide the 8 years by 2.
My calculator is on.
That comes to 4 years. So that's one of the best investment that you can ever have around the area. So, Mr. Arnold, if it was you, you come there that you're looking for an investment, will you go for a very big apartment or will you go for a very small one?
My take will be,
for a starter, let's say I'm new in the market, I come there and I'm looking for where to start.
My take will be, I feel the smaller the unit will be, the cheaper and most affordable it will be. So for a starter, I already want to spend a lot of money. I'll actually want to test the waters first.
Exactly.
See if this concept is working.
Exactly.
So I'll go for the studio with a budget of around 4 million there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then furnish it.
Exactly. And who will manage that for you? We have so many guys who can do that. So that one shouldn't be a worry to most of the clients that ask us, who buys the studio? Who's the client for the studio? The clients are there. And the good thing, Arnold, also, you remember very well, nowadays we have very, very good ways of buying this kind of apartments. The flexible payment plan. Like you do 20% and then?
Probably the rest you can pay, even in 1 year, 2 years period.
And some people will ask themselves, this is a funny question again, why should I buy a house an apartment which will be completed in the next 2 years? The good thing about doing that is you get a very wide range, a very good time of paying the apartments. And your money is not sleeping anyway. Even if you buy cash, you can imagine the rate of appreciation because a property mostly appreciates through the construction period.
True.
Right, Arnold?
But another thing, the greatest concerns for actually most Kenyans and any other person around, let's say you're getting yourself into a construction or a project which is ongoing. What is the risk of it being completed, not being completed. You understand
Exactly.
those
That's why
kind
you
of
need to
dynamics.
work with a very reliable agent or a property consultant who will guide you through all this.
Okay.
Like for example, Arnold, we've been working so many times with a lot of developers around the area, and we know them very well. Yeah, you know this one. He has a very good class, a very good reputation in terms of its development. So most of it, we normally guarantee our clients that whatever they're buying, they're actually investing. They're not even buying the property. Yeah, like I don't remember the client that you had the other time who bought, who was into the flipping of property. I'm sure that most clients will really like to know how they do that. Maybe you can tell them how that that your client did.
Because when flipping, guys, actually this is the most interesting part. Because there's this dynamics where if you buy a property, when it is at the construction or even let's say the excavation stage,
Exactly, yeah.
the price will be around 4 million there, 4 million flat, 4.1, 4.2. Then mostly the construction period usually takes like 3 or 4 years. Let's say a maximum of 3 years, not even 4 years. Nowadays it's
3 to the max.
3 years. So each and every step as it progresses, the price keep on going high and high. Because you see at 30% development stage, from 4 million, now get it at around 4.3. 60%, you get it at around 4.7, 4.8.
They might be sold out as well.
Exactly, because the demand is also very high.
Yeah, because you're choosing the right floor, the one which is facing the right direction. You can be able to experience the sunrise, the sunset.
Exactly.
So it's very easy to choose a unit from that point.
The amazing views.
Amazing.
That's actually the selling point.
We're selling the views.
Exactly. Because the higher you go, some developers will actually add even $1 million on top.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can imagine, Arnold, I'm that investor who came and bought 2 units at that particular time when it was 4 million. And then after a year, the project is almost completed. Like the structure, all the units are sold out, the best units. If I'm to sell that property, the one that I bought, automatically I'll sell it at a very good price.
True.
Yeah. So most of the time, your money is not sleeping there. You're actually accumulating value through that time.
Exactly.
So don't be worried about buying an apartment.
Time is money.
Time is money. Yeah. So even if you divide, I buy a house right now when it's under construction at 4 million, I say it at 6 million. After 2 years, you can imagine the 2 million you divide it by 12. How much am I getting per month? I'm getting a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot
That's
of
like
money.
buying a townhouse.
Exactly.
How best can it be?
And then the flipping part comes on this basis. You've bought this house at 4 million, for 2 years, selling it at 6 million. Most guys, they don't understand what flipping is. Flipping is, suppose, let's say I want to buy a 2-bedroom. Buy this studio for 4 million, sell it off after 2 years at around, let's say 5.5 to 6 million. 5.5, yeah. Because a complete development will always be pricey than an ongoing one. Sell it for 6 million.
Because you took the risk anyway.
Exactly, exactly. With the 6 million, you can put a deposit for a 2-bedroom in another ongoing development, which will take like 2 to 3 years.
And the most interesting thing is, you can imagine, Mr. Arnold, I have 6 million deposit for this property. What do you think the developer will do?
A discount of even 40%.
Exactly.
Off.
I might end up saving $1 million.
Exactly.
So automatically, I have 3 million of profit from the studio. From 4 million, I now have 7 million. Because the developer will give me a 1 million off with the 50%, and I have the 2 million. I already have 3 million. I put a deposit there, and then we go all the way up. And then when it's almost completed, what do we do again?
Flip again. Because you're an investor.
You're an investor.
It's actually a trade or a tool of accumulating your money over time.
Exactly, yeah. You might end up buying a house which is 14 million over 6 years, and you only invested 4 million. How best can that be?
The best thing you can ever do with your money. For me, this is actually what I think. And this is my thought. I'm open for criticism. I'm open for, what can I say? Any correction.
And not everybody likes ice cream.
Exactly. You don't have to like it.
Exactly.
So one thing is, I feel that is even better than the stocks.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know why? The risk level is actually very low.
Very low, yeah.
The rate of appreciation is very high.
And it's tangible.
Exactly. You're not getting into the construction bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You're only putting up the deposit, then waiting upon it.
Yeah,
you're not dealing with any fundis. By the answers received.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you didn't no dealing with any fundis, any suppliers or whatever, contractors or whatever. So you in the construction silently as an investor.
As an investor, exactly.
So you're more like a co-partner with the developer.
And as soon as you keep on doing that, yeah, you also develop. You'll also have a very good portfolio and a good reputation with the developers. Yeah, so they will be telling you their future projects in a very, very good time. So it will be up to you now to organize your finances and then you invest in that. Any wealth that you accumulate should always go to property, or where else can it go, Mr. Arnold? Can it go on a Range Rover? Should I buy a Range Rover or should I buy a studio?
If I buy a Range Rover right now,
I want to enjoy the AC, the sunroof,
or the Vogue,
you
know, around 9.8 million.
9.8, yeah.
And I decide to sell it after 2 years.
After 2 years,
how much will I sell it for?
Exactly.
6.7 million.
7 million.
Is it appreciating or depreciating?
Depreciating.
But don't get me wrong, buy Range Rovers.
Yeah, everybody likes new cars, nice cars. Though this is what you can do if you want to buy a Range Rover. Buy those 2 studios, flip them. With the extra cost of that, lay a deposit on that that Range Rover, and then with the rental that comes each and every month from your properties, you can be able to buy that. So you have the Range Rover and you have the apartment, rather than having the Range Rover and you have the expenses.
So if I buy 2 studios, it means now
you're actually you have to 2 studios is actually a nice
Range Rover, yeah?
A white one with black rims.
But it can't take me to Mombasa and back.
Yeah, that's the problem now with the studio. Though the studio can give you the rent to take you to Mombasa comfortably, but the Range Rover will you spend from here to Mombasa.
Based on our discussion, one thing we've actually agreed on: property investment is one of the things that you should consider or should be in your bucket list as a human being living in this world, mostly for the young generations, because it's good to start small and grow big. We have had so many discussions whether property investment is the best thing you can ever do. For us, we give you the assurance it's the best thing you can ever do and the best kind of investment in earth, tested and proven. So for more insights like that, we'll be doing more and more episodes about real estate investment tips. So get hooked. Follow us on all our social media handles.
Questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them in regards to the property market.
And stay tuned for more and more series like this.